You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight.
Hello, I'm Laura Painter. You're watching ABC10 Plus Tonight. We're learning new details about the mother accused of killing her son in Sutter County. The 11-year-old boy is identified as Jaden Dixon. And weather concerns are on the mind of many people near the East Bay. We have a look at how officials prepare for windy weather. ABC10 Plus Tonight starts now.
A mom in Sutter County faced a judge for the first time today, accused of killing her 11-year-old son. The young victim has been identified in court documents as Jaden Dixon. ABC 10's Devin Truby was there in court today. And Devin, this is just a heartbreaking case.
Absolutely, Chris. Some of the family members here were emotional as Megan Ann Dixon was arrested Sunday at her trailer that she lives in Meridian. Investigators say she smothered her son and killed 3 dogs days before they were discovered. Now, 44-year-old Dixon appeared in Sutter County Court today in an orange top and striped bottoms with chains around her waist and feet. We weren't allowed to take video of her, the court appearance, but the judge did allow us to take these pictures. In court this afternoon, Dixon seemed emotionless. And when the judge spoke to her, she answered politely, but in a very quiet voice. Now, she faces a total of 5 charges, including the murder of her son and the dogs.
We feel she committed a murder. We don't believe that there was any justification for killing her child. We were actually out at the scene as well, and it was very disturbing. We will be speaking with folks from behavioral health. They've already offered their services to come in and talk not only with the 2 of us who are on scene, but other folks who have to deal with seeing the report.
Family members were present in court but said they have no comment at this time. Dixon's arraignment was continued until another public defender could be present to represent her. Now, bail is set at $1 million. If she does post bail, she cannot be with animals or within 10 yards of unsupervised children, and she is not allowed to consume alcohol or possess illegal substances. Reporting live in Sutter County, Devin Truby, ABC 10.
Well, for many Californians, it feels the cost of electricity has gotten out of hand. And now a new report from the state's nonpartisan legislative analyst's office confirms the rates are expensive and predicts they'll continue to rise. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen spoke with lawmakers today asking what they're doing about it.
California's electricity rates are among the highest in the country. That comes from this 24-page report from the Legislative Analyst's Office assessing the state's climate policies and its impacts on electricity rates. Last month, Democrat Assemblymember Josh Lowenthal told ABC 10 his focus will be making California affordable.
I think the priority is how do we improve the quality of life for working class families in California? You know, the big ball in the center, how do we make things more affordable?
The LAO found the state's electricity rates have grown 47% over a 4-year period compared to overall growth in prices of about 18%. PG&E is listed as one of the companies charging the most in the state. Contributing factors include wildfire risks and initiatives from the state's programs to lower greenhouse gas emissions. It's something Republican Senator Marie Alvarado-Gil says she wants to address, helping author legislation to repeal some state rules.
Sacramento Democrats' energy policies are making life unaffordable for Californians and their families.
As the state continues its push to be emissions-free by 2035 and requiring that all new car sales will need to be electric, the LAO found that it will be difficult for Californians to justify spending more for those vehicles, in turn slowing down the state's climate goals.
We have Californians that are looking at their electric bills saying, how am I going to pay this and still pay my rent next month? How am I going to cover my energy costs when I can't put food on the table for my family?
The California Public Utilities Commission, its members appointed by the governor, approved rate hikes for companies like PG&E. Former President Loretta Lynch says the report does not show the full truth about the costs, blaming the CPUC for granting companies like PG&E the ability to overspend.
And this report just doesn't even mention that the spending that is occurring and that is being authorized by the PUC is just not reasonable. And that is the source of our high electric bills.
Adding that private utility companies need to prioritize safety rather than profits. PG&E tells ABC 10 electric bills are 4% lower today than they were last year and will continue to work to limit increases over the next 2 years.
Jeannie joins us now. So you also reached out to the CPUC, the Air Resources Board, and Democratic lawmakers. Did any of them respond to you?
Well, Becca, unfortunately, no Democratic lawmakers were available to speak with me today or provide me with any comment. And the CPUC acknowledged my request, but I have yet to receive a statement. A CARB spokesperson did provide me with a long statement that says, in part, the state's climate policies are expected to save Californians $200 billion in health costs from pollution by 2045. The full statement will be on our website at abc10.com.
Right now, city officials and first responders in Vacaville and Fairfield are on high alert. In Solano County, they're urging people to please stay safe and prepare for high winds. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias is live in Fairfield tonight. What's the latest there?
Well, Chris, as we've seen in the past, these strong winds can be very unpredictable, dangerous. They can cause downed trees, power lines. And so officials are asking residents to stay hyper aware of all of their surroundings. Strong winds are expected in areas like Vacaville and Fairfield.
The things we see mostly power lines that are down. We'll see some power outages. Obviously, trees that fall.
Limbs and trees, could damage vehicles. They could fall on a person. Also, they could bring down power lines.
Paul Moreno, a spokesperson with PG&E, says crews are closely tracking the wind event.
We have, in fact, opened our regional emergency operations centers so that we can respond more quickly with more resources with power outages. We're looking at areas of the central Sierra Nevada, mid-elevation and higher, as well as areas of Yolo and Solano County.
He says there was already an unplanned outage affecting more than 2,000 people in Vacaville around 1:45 Tuesday morning. High winds caused a power line to fall near the Vacaville substation, but crews restored power in about 2 hours.
Work days such as today, crews are out doing maintenance and construction on our system. If there is a power outage, they will interrupt that work and respond to the power outage.
The cities of Fairfield and Vacaville are asking residents to be aware of their surroundings and exercise extreme caution because anything can happen.
We always advise people to, make sure your outdoor furniture is secured. Make sure to stay away from trees, power lines. And then another thing that gets overlooked sometimes is driving in the wind, is to, take caution driving in the wind, drive at safe speeds, both hands on the wheel, and, watch out for debris that may be in the roadway.
Having that emergency kit, having an emergency plan, and also just being ready in case the power goes out or if traffic signals go out, what to do in that case, treating it like an always stop.
The city of Fairfield says you can call their public works crews if there is an outage during regular hours. They are on standby. After hours, you can call the non-emergency police line, or you can report any downed trees to the My Fairfield CA app. We'll have that on our website. I'm live in Fairfield. Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
Good to know. Roxanne, thank you. Let's continue tracking that breaking news. Look at this heartbreaking scene, a home on fire as it continues to burn right now in the the Pacific Palisades area of LA, I should say. Several homes have already burned as these high gusty winds continue. It's something we've been following throughout the evening. Let's bring in Monica now because, Monica, this is really just getting started, right? And we've got at least, 24 more hours of this?
Oh, my goodness. Such a serious situation there. Those images, Monica.
Right. And then this is going to start to develop overnight. So now we're talking about as night falls that these winds will be howling through those canyons, and firefighters on high alert just trying to get the upper hand on that rapidly growing situation. In terms of our local weather, we continue to monitor that wind advisory, much less in the matter of criteria for our fire weather. So we were dealing with some nuisance winds for the most part, but difficult driving tree limbs down. That will continue until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Peak wind gusts have been reaching about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Right now, they're closer to about 25 to 30 miles per hour throughout the valley. We see some small pockets of areas throughout the foothills and the lower Sierra where we're seeing wind gusts closer to about 35 to 45 miles per hour. But again, tonight we'll start to see those start to wind down hour by hour. Eventually, by tomorrow morning, we're looking at calmer winds. We have some high-level cloud cover moving in, but in terms of any measurable precipitation, that's going to remain well to the north of us here through the Pacific Northwest. And even at that, it's really in towards the border of Canada, in through parts of Washington. That high-pressure ridge really strong right now. Wind advisory in place that tops our weather impact headlines. Dangerous fire weather again for Southern California, and then warmer than average temperatures. Today, we reached highs in the 60s and low 70s in parts of Northern California. That just illustrates how dry and warm these winds have been for today. 30s up top, though, for the Sierra. Our Big Mountain backyard conditions right now, clear skies. Temperature still holding near 60 for the valley. We're at 31 for Tahoe with that sunset at 5:02. Looking ahead for tomorrow, limited low cloudiness and fog. We have some high-level cloud cover that sticks with us through tomorrow. We start the day off in the 40s, warm to highs once again in the lower 60s as we head into our midweek outlook. In terms of those winds, as I mentioned, they stay with us through tonight, and then hour by hour, we kind of chip away at the strongest winds. Eventually, by tomorrow morning, we're down to wind gusts only at about 10 miles per hour, well below the threshold of that wind advisory, and we'll see fairly light winds into our Wednesday afternoon. It's all because of this relaxed weather system that we'll be seeing. Today, we have that really tight pressure gradient. As we move forward in the forecast, it's all about this high pressure ridge with our storm track well to the north of us for the foreseeable future. We've got dry weather on tap. This week, unseasonably warm weather with us, so a good time to get out there and perhaps do some of that outdoor work if you've been putting it off. Highs in the 40s tomorrow for the Sierra, with 50s and 60s down low. Along the coast, we're still in the 60s, a little bit cooler than today. With the absence of those winds, we'll start to see more seasonable conditions, but a little bit above average. Cooler weather develops over the weekend for the Sierra, back into the 30s after reaching highs close to 50 for Friday. We'll stay in the 60s for the valley. As you can see, a little bit cooler for next week, but really not too much of a change here. We're really looking at fairly consistent weather conditions.
I have noticed a lot of debris blown out there on the roads in the neighborhood. So when you mention a good chance to clean up and kind of rake up, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, Monica, thank you.
Former President Jimmy Carter lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda, a ceremonial celebration in Washington, D.C. for the 39th president. Carter's casket arriving at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland today to a 21-gun salute. His motorcade stopping at the U.S. Navy Memorial, a memorial the Naval Academy graduate authorized to build while he was in office. His casket pulled by horses to the Capitol, his family walking behind. The procession mirroring his inaugural parade in 1977 when he walked from the Capitol to the White House, his wife Rosalind on the right, his daughter Amy in the middle. Inside the Capitol Rotunda, lawmakers honoring Carter, Senate leaders from both parties laying a wreath, House leaders doing the same.
So today in these hallowed halls of our republic, we honor President Carter, his family, and his enduring legacy that he leaves, not only upon this nation, but upon the world.
Carter will lie in state for 2 days before his funeral on Thursday. All living presidents are expected to attend.
James Earl Carter Jr. loved our country. He lived his faith, he served the people, and he left the world better than he found it.
The Capitol will be back open again tomorrow to let the public pay their respects ahead of the funeral on Thursday. Carter will be buried in Georgia next to his late wife Rosalind in a spot they picked together outside of their home. Perry Russom, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Podcast, film, series, social content, whatever it is, it's Streamfest. It is 4 days of epicness, and let's talk to people who know what it's really about. The curators, creators, introduce yourselves.
I'm Farron Louise. I'm one of the co-founders of Napa Valley Streamfest.
And
Juliana Folk.
Awesome. So when we talk about South by Southwest Film Festival or Sundance Film Festival, Toronto International, Cannes, it's like that, only strictly this is for people creating digital and social content.
Yes, it's all platforms. So with a lot of those festivals, they're just film festivals or they're series festivals out there that are just TV. You know, in today's world, we consume content differently. We're watching TikTok videos, we're watching podcasts on YouTube, we're watching our favorite binge-worthy shows at home, and then watching feature-length films. There's not a festival out there yet that represents all content creators and artists in general. So that's what we're looking at.
And she was also going to say we're also watching the ABC10 Plus app. Anyway, and so it's great. It's for people creating this content, and like a film festival, others can come in and just enjoy the content.
Yeah, we like to say we're not a typical film festival. We're not a Comic-Con. We're Streamfest. We're for the people that are watching streaming and that are creating content for streaming.
Awesome. The clock is ticking. Next week, people will be able to get tickets.
Yes, so our VIP passes are on sale right now, which include the 4 days of epic parties, the best of Napa Valley.
And they're tax deductible.
And they're tax deductible, supporting our nonprofit mission, which is to pioneer kind of a new way of supporting those 35 and above, pivoting into the entertainment industry.
And the event is in Napa. I stopped here in Vacaville because I know one of you lives here and I ran out of power, had to charge my car. So it's in Napa. Comedians, music, food. It's going to be a party.
It's going to be so much fun. And one thing that we're doing that's really different from a lot of festivals is we're containing it to the downtown area of Napa Valley. We're creating a walkable village in downtown, so you don't have to run from theater to theater. You can eat, you can drink wine, you can watch content, you can mingle and mix and network with people that you wouldn't normally get to in a typical large festival. So we're keeping it curated, small, and intimate, and what it's meant to be is to really highlight those creators and artists that are out there.
This is going to be awesome. All right, so if you want tickets, it's next week. If you want to be a part of it, see it, or contribute to it, where do we find you?
Yeah, you can submit your films as well too on Film Freeway right now, and find us at NapaValleyStreamFest.com.
Awesome. That's a lot of information. I'll link it to ABC10.com. Don't forget that ABC10 Plus app, because we too know some streaming.
Yes.
Did I leave anything out?
No, we are still accepting submissions. February 2nd is our next deadline. You can buy 2-day pass right now, next week, or you can buy a VIP pass, which is 4 days of epic fun.
There you go, podcasters, filmmakers, contribute now.
Thank you so much for watching ABC 10 Plus tonight. Remember, we're here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Laura Painter. See you next time.
Trust isn't given, but earned. It's built every day by doing the hard work, putting in the hours, doing the research, holding the powerful accountable, and being there when you need us most. Working hard to earn your trust every day, every newscast, every story. Watch weeknights at 6 or stream live on ABC 10 Plus.
Thanks for watching ABC 10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there. And then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. We can't mention Bay Sports without talking about the Oakland A's. We have that too. What's super exciting, I know you care about high school sports. You'll never find a more comprehensive guide and team dedicated to high school sports. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look, it's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and Oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California. Tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational but in depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show, whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.